Hi everyone. Welcome to an exploration of 21st century learning skills. It is often said that today's schools are being asked to prepare students for a world that doesn't yet exist. With the goal of bridging the gap between the traditional focuses of education and the modern technologically advanced world that they will enter, 21st century learning skills aim to help students become more fluent in the areas of collaboration, communication, critical thinking, and creativity. These are collectively known as the 4 C's. Our first C is for collaboration. The Global Digital Citizen Foundation argues that students must possess the ability to collaborate seamlessly in both physical and virtual spaces, with real and virtual partners globally. Being able to successfully collaborate can be demonstrated in a variety of different ways. Good collaborators should have the ability to work effectively with diverse teams, show flexibility and a willingness to compromise or sacrifice in order to meet team objectives, and to assume a shared responsibility for the work being completed while valuing the individual contributions different team members make. Our second C is for communication. An important part of any team environment, communication is often connected to collaboration, but it is important to see how it also goes beyond that. Communication is the ability to articulate thoughts and ideas through a variety of different contexts using a combination of verbal, written, and nonverbal skills. For the 21st century student, this often means that ideas need to be communicated clearly through different types of media and possibly to a variety of audiences. As today's students are constantly using technology to communicate, this becomes a critical skill to help ensure students are doing so in a respectful and effective manner. Our third C is for critical thinking. Critical thinking often involves students going through a number of different steps for thinking about an issue. Students are expected to reason, analyze, evaluate, problem solve, and make decisions. Through developing these skills, students become more confident at engaging in meaningful discussions and attacking real-world problems. In addition, critical thinking skills can help students effectively evaluate the abundance of information they are subjected to through digital technologies. As they receive new pieces of information, it is important that they compare, contrast, and evaluate all pieces of evidence and apply higher order thinking skills to these issues. Our final C is for creativity. Creativity allows for students to develop unique, engaging, and useful solutions to different problems that they are faced with. An important part of developing creativity skills is that students are provided with opportunities to complete meaningful and rewarding work that challenges them to think in imaginative ways. Though creativity is often thought of as expressing one's ideas artistically through different forms, another important aspect of it is having students apply their existing knowledge to generate new ideas or approaches to solving problems. Through this process, students should also be aiming to analyze and refine their ideas and innovations. One of the main objectives of this focus on 21st century learning skills is to create student-centered, authentic learning situations that will encourage more engagement. One curricular approach that aims to incorporate these skills is project-based learning. Through project-based learning, students can work towards becoming fluent in the various 21st century skills. The goal of project-based learning is to motivate students to learn through their own inquiry while working collaboratively to solve real-world problems and create projects to reflect their knowledge. Through the various tasks students are challenged with, they are able to develop each of the 4 C's described earlier in this video. In a PBL model, students are given more choice and control over their learning, and educators are able to act more as facilitators. This allows for the learning to become more personalized and relevant to individual students, and ultimately encourages students to grow their confidence and become more independent as learners. Various studies have found that project-based learning has been a more effective model for teaching 21st century skills compared to traditional classroom instructional methods. An important aspect of developing 21st century skills is that the students are the focal point and drive their own education. Though we have briefly described project-based learning, this does not mean that it is the only model that incorporates these skills. What is important for any approach is that students are given the opportunity to engage in authentic learning situations that provide them with skills that go beyond traditional curriculum classroom knowledge. As previously mentioned, the goal of focusing on 21st century learning skills is to help prepare students for entering a workforce that expects more out of them. The foundational skills of reading, writing, mathematics, and basic language remain important, but for many employers, they are looking for employees with a diverse range of competencies. It is up to the current school systems to ensure that their students are leaving schools prepared for this environment. Students must be given opportunities to develop and strengthen these new skills in order to have long-term success. Thanks for watching.